Hello, my gamers. I gotta adjust this back down. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Cool. Um, cool. Everything's working. Back. Time to go talk with Rusano. Well, if it isn't Sue, excuse me if I'm not my usual chipper self, but we have not been with our difficulties in your absence. You see, communication with the airship Professor Claudian commissioned for his research was lost some time ago, and now we have quite lost track of where he might be. And to make matters worse, then Gigi has just sent word of an unusually large amount of energy coming from somewhere within the ethereal sea. I was just on my way to the Aida scope. In fact, please, you must come with me. Let's do this. Oh. What is that? Is it real? Why is it that whenever danger visits the world, you are never far behind? Master Fortuno. And you two, Professor Claudian's assistants, I take it? As you arrived before me, I take it you are involved in this. I would thank you to furnish me with an explanation. While the research summary you submitted to the forum gave us no cause for concern, these details are alarming. The professor's last message indicated he was on his way to Law, but we know not whether he ever reached his destination. A rash endeavor, even for Claudian, but he has ever allowed the thrill of discovery to cloud his better judgment. We have no recourse but to entreat Ishgard's aid in searching for him. As for the unsightly fortress which materialized in the ethereal sea, pandemonium was it? It cannot be left alone. For the time being, information regarding this matter must be strictly controlled so as to minimize panic. We will gather those with knowledge of the ethereal sea and continue monitoring it for further irregularities. You two submit a detailed report to the forum at once. At present, we have far more questions than answers. Nonetheless, I would ask for your assistance at such a time that our investigation has concluded. Very good. Now, if you will excuse me, I must apprise the forum of what has occurred here. Just when we need him most, Professor Claudian remains unaccounted for. He even brought the crystal with him. We are left with scarce few straws to grasp at. While I am but a lowly assistant, even I can see that our two current problems are likely related. The same party or phenomenon may be responsible for both. Conversely, I see now that my unexperienced imagination failed to do Pandemonium's pitiless spires justice. I can only wonder if the facility itself traversed the ages. Did the creations within do the same? What of the keywords? But answers to these questions shall come in time. I am sure. For now, I must do as Master Fortuno asked and write that report. As for you two, pray get what rest your responsibilities will allow. When next we call upon you, I wager we shall need you in prime condition. Oh. Okay, we're just gonna have to throw stuff away. I want to throw this away. Let me throw it away. That should be relatively enough space, I hope. I should do as Master Functional commanded and compile our research before sending it to the forum. Paperwork of all manners has been my forte since before I was even a student. Allow me to tell you a story, young and MGG. So you may have a moment. If you would be so inclined, I would very much like to hear the story of your battles in Abyssos and Tartaros. While I have no difficulty producing reports for the forum with a general summation of events, I could use some help with the finer details for the record, you know. For the record, you say, come now, be honest and admit it's to sate your own curiosity. I've seen the tomes you've left scattered about the laboratory, bestiaries of creatures both real and imagined. I will not, and I say should, and I dare say should not, deny an intellectual stake in the matter. But surely Sue will understand that a thorough recounting will help Professor Claudian's research as well. Now then, whenever you're ready. Fascinating. As you say, the savage creation you encountered in Abyssos bears more than a few similarities to the carbuncle. Could it be that the arcane entities we know now had their origins in ancient times? Just as curious as your story with the keyword who was melded with a tree of legend. Where do the limits of the Hemitheos creation process lie, I wonder? And how do such creatures even survive once melded? As expected, you cannot help yourself from asking ever more questions. What purpose would such knowledge serve? Oh, Rusino, one day you too shall develop the keen instincts of a researcher, then you shall understand that it is impossible not to wonder, once the spark of imagination has been struck. Sue's stories have already set several theories stirring in my mind, and I feel even more bubbling just under the surface. Take Hephaestus, for example. It would not be a great leap to assume that he studied at length the regenerative and death-defying properties of the phoenix. And that is just the tip of the proverbial bird. You are free to exercise your imagination all you like, but, need I remind you, these reports are meant to be submitted to Master Fulchenau himself. I implore you to exercise restraint. Professor Claudian would have encouraged me, you know. He thrives on theories and imagination, but I do understand your point, Rusino. If I were to submit such a report to Master Fulchenau, I would soon thereafter be forced to write a formal apology. Fulchenau is more open to wild theories than you think. That very well may be, An academic does not achieve the station he is without a curiosity as deep as the ethereal sea itself. Now I should sit ink to paper and let the wonder of the theory guide my hand, within reason, of course, yet I cannot help but dream even larger, ever larger. There are no bounds to what the mind can imagine, and if there are, let us both strive to find them, Sue. Alright, I need to turn in these things to Monago. I'll do that real quick, and then after I turn those in, I'm gonna go ahead and try and talk to Master Fortuno. If I can't friggin' find him, which is more than highly likely, I will just go ahead and go to Hildebrand, because I love Hildebrand quests, and they're cool. I probably should have picked up a few more of these things, but I don't want her to change after I've collected them, because then I just have to throw them away. Oh yeah, I need to repair my gear. Oh, let's go. It's even better than we hoped, Sue. Those Dawn collectors did their best to outbid each other for our Far Eastern collectibles. Proceeds far exceeded our expectations. We have enough to expand our operations and start looking after even more families. Excuse me, well, no one of consequence really. It was my son who fought and died for the resistance. I came to thank you for your kindness and generosity, especially at a time like this when everyone should be looking to bigger and more important challenges, like the rebuilding of our great nation. My son liked to say that when the fighting was finished, he would become a merchant. He'd sell anything and everything so that he could earn money and look after me. I suppose in a way he is now, but I'd give it all up and more if I'm sorry, I don't mean any disrespect for what you've done for me and mine, but thank you, miss. Good day to you. Her son died when the main tower at Specula and Imperatorius fell. I was with Conrad before it happened, with him when he was urging those damn fool skulls to lay down their arms and surrender, and he managed to do it. And then, part of me still wonders after, did we owe it to them to try and save them too? To dig through the rubble and try to help the ones who were trying to kill us only moments before? Conrad would have wanted it, I know, but he was in no state to give orders, and those of us that were, well, so he died and they died. Conrad, our comrades, enemies that surrendered, and those that didn't. Death all around and round. Not that any of us had even an inkling of what was coming. Would Conrad have spent all that time negotiating if he had? Would he and full many others still be alive if he had? If, sodding if. Sorry, no use dwelling on it. Best look to the here and now, to what good we've done, and what more we can do. Always talk about Conrad. Don't know if you knew, but he had a wife. Yeah. When the time comes, though, perhaps we ought to go and see her together. A new favor. Like before, I reckon it'd be for the best if we tried to trade in a more diverse range of collectibles. Next, I'm thinking we ought to try our hand at consolation prizes from the Gold Saucer. I trust you're familiar with the saucer and its many delights. It's no secret, but in case you're unaware, it employs more than a few Alamekans. One of them happens to be a friend of mine. I mentioned the fund one day, and just like that, we got ourselves a new partner in crime. Let me explain. There are prizes available only at the Golden Saucer, commodities sold exclusively to them by selected suppliers. We're now one of them, savvy? Yep. I'll wager you didn't think a soldier like me had any truck with places like the Saucer, eh? But you're wondering if I might run off with our profits and spend it all on MGP and silly hats? Man. With hair like this? Like hells I will. Alright, enough talk, let's go to work. Get to work. Okay. I could go for those. Time to fly, baby. Oh wait, yeah, it has music too. Time to get to it. I wonder if there's such thing as even better quarter. go. That's the cash money exchange. That's all we need. And now we're going to be off to go do Hildebrand stuff, because Hildebrand's cool. Alright, so that was 130. So, probably be able to get new affection level extra. Glad to say, Sue, you've done more than your fair share for the fund. Wouldn't want to impose upon you further, not right now. Rest up and come around another time, alright? Yeah, no problem. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to this mender. And then we'll be on our way. So I want to go ahead and go to Old Charlotte, but I also want to try and get one of the other birds. So I got a bird from Bismarck. Um, let's see which one that was. Yeah, Limitless Blue. I want to go ahead and pull up the thing, just so I can make sure. Please don't crash my computer. That would be sad. Just close the rest of those. Mounts. Filters. Apply filters. Sources. Raid. Ramu. Trial. Okay, Thok asked Thok Extreme. Cool. I should be able to do this, right? Oh, right, frick. Frick that friggin' synced crap. Oh, man, that's something. No dice. I'm so glad it's not a hard one. Like it's an extreme trial. Yeah, I got that part. But I'm just so glad it's not like impossibly difficult for me to do. Haha! I got the mount. Let's get out. Let's go. Ah, yeah, baby. Don't really need this. Forget. So I'll use it. Oh. Okay. Frick yeah, though. Got the whistle. Let's go, baby. Already used it, right? Cool. That's that one down. Freaking FPS, man. Go away. Alright, alright, alright. So the next one is Thornton's Reign. I really wasn't planning on doing this yet, but I mean, hey, I might as well, you know. Ah, frick. Skip the frames. Stop it. Out of all of the bad guys to kill, I think King Theoden um, was probably, you know, the one who least deserved it, because all he was trying to do was help his people. Reverend always brother. I shall end your vain Oh gosh. Hey, let's go. First time. First time drop. Let's go. Alright, and then the next one, Containment Bay S1T7. we're doing it. Oh man. Oh yeah, we've already seen this. What the frick was that? Patience and penance, for millennia have I yearned to enact this vengeance. You're not gonna be able to enact this vengeance if I can help it. I am the end and the beginning. By my touch shall your wretched lives be blessed. You have dimmed my boundless light. What power of death do you mortals wield? Ah, I messed up the combo. Gotta be kidding me. Come on, that's not fair. Okay, we're not gonna do that. No, no. We'll wait for help on that one. Emanation. Excuse me. Well, we might be able to do Nidhogg's Rage. I might be able to do that one unsynced. I don't know. Look at the fool who dare embrace my power. Let me be your honk. uh, No dice on the mount that time. We go again. Brother, thou hast doomed me. But if I must meet mine end, then all shall burn upon my pyre. Awesome! Only 3 left to go. Okay, so we did Thokast Thok, got that one. Minstrel's Ballad, Thornton's Reign, done. Nidhogg's Rage, done. So all we have now is Containment Bay Z1T9, P1T6, and S1T7. This isn't what's his face, but we're gonna do it anyways. Sue, oh thank goodness you're here. It's terrible, awful. It's absolutely terrible, awful, an emergency of cataclysmic proportions. What is it? I don't know, actually. They didn't say, but doesn't it sound simply dreadful? What I do know is Building Away has been asking for you. He said if I happen to see you, I should tell you to hurry over to Kidonia Knolls with all haste. Well, what are you standing here for? Away with you. I'm going for that booty. Mothers and merchants. Alright, I'll check that out too. Then, probably up to the DOL. This should help a ton. That's the This is already going way faster. Veni, Veni, Venius. Very nice. He died low. Hmm. Whew. That's what it says, S1T7. We might not actually get to Hildebrand today. Might just have to wait till tomorrow, probably.
The unenlightened.
That is that is too good. Oh man. freaking want it. Get that out of here. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. think that's all of them. Uh... Swap. That's fine. Ah, I made a mistake. Yep, I lost. I lost. Oh, nice. I'm still not sure how friggin' how, how the friggin' plus works. It still confuses me. Oh, Master Louis Swan. Ha! Take that, nerd! Get out of my face. Oh. Go. Go, go, go. Adleshire. Get another Borb. I don't think I can sell these. No market prohibited. Triple triad. Specific in Idle Share. chaos. Cool. It's fine. Walking Atlas. Um, oh. Need I outshine? Never fear. For mere 1,000 gil, I will personally give you get it. I say, you look like an adventurer who knows her business. Aren't you perchance be familiar with the Divine Laners? Yup. You've tamed 7 of them? I knew you were no ordinary adventurer, but to think that you should be the very hero I sought. Please, you must follow me. Allow me to be your guide, were I not, I wouldn't dream of charging you for my services, for they are already paid for by a well-spoken and well-dressed fellow. Who is my mysterious employer, you ask? Well, if you are keen to meet him, it just so happens he is keen to meet you, too. You'll find him at the Snail over by the Hard Place. Very nice. Huh. Always a pleasure, my friend. After our encounter with Kieran, I caught wind of a brave soul who is said to command a veritable flock of divine laners. Tis to find that individual that I have journeyed here. That's me. You are she? If I find myself wholly unsurprised. Without further ado, while you are no stranger to laners, know you have the creatures that rules over them all, the immortal Firebird. Appearing in Far Eastern legends, the Firebird immolates itself in depths to rise again from its own ashes. A glimpse of the creature fills one with hope. It is said, while a brush of its feather bestows eternal happiness. Yet, for all its mesmerizing majesty, the Firebird is a lonely soul. Long has it soared the heavens in search of a companion, a hero whom this king among birds can count as its equal. Who else could that hero be but you, master of the 7 divine laners? This is the Firebird whistle. It was passed to me during my journeys, and now I pass it to you. If she who sounds it is worthy, the Firebird will answer her call. And I have no doubt that it will answer yours. I ask that you take the whistle to a vantage point and there sound it at the heavens. As I did when you summoned the Kieran, I would behold the moment the Firebird descends. Such verses the sight would inspire within me. I knew I could count on you. Now I've taken the liberty of scouting a likely location for using the whistle, the southeastern reach of the Dravanian hinterlands upon a rise leading to Kirthus. Between now and the moment of the meeting, I shall make myself scarce, keeping to the shadows with bated breath. I take my leave. That's the locale he's looking for. Beautiful beyond all imagining, the mighty Firebird has come. At long last the creature has met its match, or we're the hero to whom it would lend its wings. The Divine Lanners, the Firebird, and you, traversing hardship and eternity, 9 brilliant lives have come together to outshine the stars. 'Tis not short of a miracle. High above the heavens, a king in his domain, soaring o'er creation, the lonely monarch reigns. Borne upon the wind, a whistle's piercing sound calls him to descend, to find a soul by destiny bound. The words well up as a gushing font. I believe I have my next creation, and I owe it all to you. It shall be called the Fiery Wings of Fiery Hearts. But I must say, to bond with not only the Kirin, but the Firebird besides, you truly are a marvel, my dear friend. I am loath to take my eyes off you, lest I miss a momentous moment. But I am not one to overstay my welcome. I shall leave you to resume your adventures. Doubtless there will be many more, with fiery wings bearing you, and I look forward to hearing of them. Till next we meet. God's speed. Alright, we'll try and do one quest for Hildebrand. As impossible as that feels like it will be. What a cool brain. If I'm on tomorrow, we'll either do Hildebrand or we'll grind out, oops. We'll either grind more mounts and do this cutting the cheese, or we will instead be doing Hildebrand stuff. Where the frick was it? We'll check out this one, and if it's not that, then I'll go ahead and accept this one. We'll progress to cutting the cheese, and then that'll be that. Yep. Kinda figured. We won't bother getting that one. Still. That's the friggin' first one that I got. Firebird. You're here, and not a moment too soon started to call you so abruptly, but you were the first person who came to mind that might be of help. Do you recall domiciles we were planning to build for the evacuation? I don't mean to brag, but they were immaculate, positively perfect, except for, of course, for the ever so small oversight of being 3 times larger than necessary. At last, that's what I believed before speaking with Urianger. I learned a lot from him about what we should and shouldn't make of the domiciles, and so I began making changes, small at first, but they soon became much bigger and more drastic. By the end, I swear I was drawing up wholly new plans by the minute. But I was too ambitious. The myriad plans I dreamt up overwhelmed our automated construction machine, the Big Cheese. Even as we speak, it's burrowing underground with reckless abandon. If we don't stop it, the domiciles will be the least of our problems. The entire moon is likely to end up looking like a truckful of whole-field cheese, delectable, perhaps, but not utterly fit for habitation. Cool. Well, that's lame. Where's the Hildebrand quest? Hildebrand quest. Oh, ride the hand. Okay. This one. Wait, I know you. We met in Krugane. You're that stone-cold killer I asked to look after the love of my life. What's that look for? Surely you haven't forgotten me, you and me, We had a moment, a connection, not like the one I've got with her, of course, but I know I left an impression. That creepy little bastard who smells like cheese and followed Nashu to Kugane after stalking her for over 5 years. Hey, there's nothing creepy about my love. It's as pure as the pristine waters of the forest stream. Fair point about the cheese stink, though. But enough about me. This is about Miss Nashu. Ever since she got sucked into that word portal back east, I've been scouring the world for any sign of her. I was this close to giving up, but then huzzah! I found her here in Rad's hand. Normally, I'd be happy to get back to playing the silent, invisible guardian, but she seems pretty distressed by the plight of her inspector friend. He's here too, but laid up and showing no signs of waking anytime soon. My Nashu has been fashioning all sorts of medicines in hopes of rousing him, but to no avail. I mean, I couldn't care less if he kicked the bucket, but I hate seeing her like this. She's liable to work herself to death. So what do you say? Will you deliver my dearest Nashu from her plight? You'll find her over at the High Crucible, no doubt slaving over it in Alembic. And with that, I'll get back to cheering on from the shadows. You too, I guess. Now go quickly, save my beloved. And I should do it now to take this medicine and...
Hey, how's it going?
Cool. Sue! It feels like it's been forever, though definitely less than a year, I'm sure. When
Oh, that's too good.
what brings you to Radzohan, enjoying a spot of adventuring, or perhaps saving the world? Then you've heard, it's true, Inspector Hildebrand's gone into hibernation again, and, wait, you're giving me that look. The one that screams, what about the whole weird portal business? Alright, since you silently asked. So back on the Ruby Sea, remember how Greg got doused with dew prism, and was forced to whisk us all far away? Now that strange rift that then opened up, which the inspector then got sucked up into, and how I followed him in after that? Well, after that, we all ended up in this bizarre place. Couldn't tell up from down, left from right, and so we wandered, lost and confused. Fortunately, Greg came to his senses and explained that we were in the interspectorial rift, and then he used some trick to bring us home. Greg himself stayed behind, though, something about a score that he had to settle. Not sure what that was about, but hey, you know Greg. Anyway, we're back now, but the rub is that Inspector Hildebrand hasn't opened his eyes once. I know he needs his beauty sleep, but it's been an awfully long time, and we've got cases to solve. I've been trying my hand at apothecary stuff, seeing if I can't make something that'll get him up and moving, but nothing seems to work. But I think we're making progress. Me and Mr. Chupacabra from the Show concern, that is. You remember Mr. Chupacabra, right? Got sucked into the rift right along with us. Former evil mastermind, not so bad once he gets to know him. Pleased I am to meet you once more in under less compromising circumstances. If I may correct our mutual friend, I am Chupacabra, chairman of the Sajatra concern. Your distrustful and somewhat bloodthirsty glare is not unwarranted, but in my defense, who among us has not contemplated enslaving the rich and powerful to bend the world to their whim? Ha ha ha. I pray you forgive my poor joke and allow me to assure you that after wandering the interdimensional rift for the sisters only know how long, I am a changed man. Naturally, I understand the words alone will not suffice to absolve me of my sins. Thus, since my return, I have operated a humble apothecary that caters to the needs of one and all. Furthermore, I made arrangements for Miss Nashu's workshop. Rest assured that I will spare no effort in helping her see Inspector Hildebrand awakened and return to full health. With that, if you would excuse me, I must see to other business. Yeah, kinda figured on that one. Isn't he the nicest ex-villain you've ever met? But that's right, I had just finished my latest medicine. I've got high hopes for this new recipe. I suppose I ought to get a good look at the Manderville man himself. By all means, the inspector is resting in a room up in coma, awake or asleep. I'm sure he'd be happy. He'd enjoy your company. Let's go. What about your medicine? This dude looks sick. Isn't this room nice? Mr. Chupacabra's taking care of everything, even paid the rent in full. But I'm distracting you, aren't I? You need to concentrate while you examine the inspector, yes? Okay. Study the sleeping inspector. Rugged features belay what is, at closer glance, the sensitive mien of a cultured gentleman. While he still breathes, he appears to be locked in a deep slumber. The exquisite buckles of the stylish footwear are a design unique to House Manderville. These shoes would almost certainly fetch a small fortune in the markets. Rippling muscles bespeak impressive strength, while smooth skin suggests that only on the rarest occasions does the man resort to violence. Troubling, his limbs are stiff and cool to the touch, as if blood runs cold in his veins. The inspector's condition is disturbingly reminiscent of the Scions who were summoned to the first for a time. You can't see me, but I'm making a face. I'm making a face. Ah. Oh, finished already? Any theories as to what's wrong with the inspector? I suspect he may have been summoned to another reflection. See, I mean, I don't, but that's what you're supposed to say at times like this. I know that much. How do we wake him up? Returned his soul to his body, but where did it go, and was it doing that? Probably went to the first to become the Gentleman of Darkness, like you do. I see, you're right. So you can you go there? Yep. Great, in that case I'll leave the soul searching to you. I'm sure it goes without saying, but once you've arrived into this otherworldly world, look for a place that smells of mystery and intrigue and chat with the people there. That's a standard agent of inquiry protocol. Oh, and since this is Inspector Hildebrand we're talking about, don't be surprised if you find him asleep or having forgotten a thing or two. But not to worry, I've prepared my traditional medicine just in case. Don't hesitate to use it, and with that, do take care out there. have so many things. Oh, I need to check if my duder sold the thing yet. Nope. Sad. I wonder what costed me so much money. I mean, I know I repaired my stuff. I don't think I used that much money. I thought I was still over 2 mil. Hello, Glenard. Welcome back, friend. I'd offer you a pint, but my barman's sense tells me that's not why you're here. So this friend of yours has gone missing? Sorry to hear that, but plenty of travel has passed through these parts. Could you describe this fellow to me? Hume barely wears a monocle, well-meaning idiot. Yes, that sounds familiar. Mind you, I didn't see him myself, but I do believe one of our bounty hunters spied such a man when you were all battling the horde of spectral warriors. Kiet, come here for a moment. There's someone who wants to speak with you. That's so. Make it quick. This ale isn't going to drink itself. Wait, you're one of the Exarch's friends, the Warrior of Darkness, fought by your side when the glowing bastards came to ruin our day, but we showed them, huh? But enough reminiscing. What's so important that you had to interrupt my regularly scheduled drinking? I mentioned it, I did see someone like that back there on the battlefield after you ran off to do more hero work. At first I thought he was going to attack me like the rest of the spirit Watsits, but no, he just stood there striking a pose, trying to scare or seduce me, damned if I could tell. Still, he was glowing and I wasn't about to take any chances, so I said, "Hey, piss off, ghost," and sent him packing. Did he die, you ask? To which I say, what am I, a chirurgeon? Also, I've kept my mug waiting long enough. Good talk. Could it be the Warrior of Darkness?
Oh, hey, guys.
I thought that was your voice, but was convinced my ears were playing tricks on me. It's good to see you again. Didn't mean to eavesdrop, but we overheard you discussing the renegade poser. We've been searching for him for some time now. There have been sightings in Lakeland, you see. Von Ard and I have been tasked with getting to the bottom of it. We've little in the way of useful information, though. All we know is that he appears without warning and strikes a disturbing pose. He's not caused any harm, if you discount the shock of a strange man gesticulating in your general direction, that is. Nevertheless, we're worried his behavior might escalate. Have you been tasked with apprehending the miscreant as well? Not quite. Von Ard's come back to track down a missing friend. Your miscreant, I regret to say, might be my friend. If the man you're looking for might be one and the same, then why not work together between the three of you? You're bound to have better luck. It would be an honor and a great help. We were just about to leave to gather testimony as it happens. Come and join us in Solen when you've finished here. We'll solve this mystery in no time. Pilot Pro. Yeah, we'll leave this on for now. Well, that fellow, I saw him the other day on the way home from Clear Melt. I'd enjoy one too many libations after my bath and ended up wandering off into the forest. Before I knew it, the sun was dipping low and the sky turned dark, and I was beginning to wonder if I'd ever make it home. Then I felt a gentle tug at my arm. And wouldn't you believe it, this odd-looking man led me out of the forest and sent me back on the road. I thanked him profusely, but he said nothing in reply, just struck this pose and walked off. Sounds about right. Did I see him? You bet I did. I was crossing through the forest of the lost shepherd on my way to deliver the fish to the hostile imperative. Out of nowhere, this odd man leapt in front of me. I thought he was abandoned at first, but then he abruptly turned to the side, curled his neck, and put his fist to his head as if to say, I don't know. It was baffling. I ran when I realized he wasn't going to do anything else. Well, yes, I saw someone like that when I was out picking mushrooms in the forest. He even spoke to me. I was repulsed at first by his form, but he only wanted to warn me that fell beasts lurk in the forest and that I should be wary. Contrary to appearances, I'd say he was actually quite a gentleman. Finished questioning the locals, have you? Were you able to learn anything? Not only has the poser caused no harm, he's even helped people. So he's a gentleman, albeit a suspicious one, something of a contradiction you might say, but there's no reason to doubt what we've heard. Everyone assumed to encounter him in the forest of Lost Shepherd, right? Then that's where we'll look next, shall we? Cool bird. Sag. Well, here we are, but how exactly are we supposed to begin our search? These woods are, well, woods. Leave it to me. Got a plan, do you? Far be it from me to doubt the warrior of darkness. Show us what you've got in mind. We'll back you up to the best of our ability. Yes. Hark! What familiar gentlemanly gyrations are these? Light Warden, the Forgiven Gentleman. Oh, goodness. I wasn't expecting this. On your guard, it's a Sin Eater. No, wait, that's no Sin Eater. It's Hildebrand. Hildebrand? Who is this Hildebrand of whom you speak? I'm the Forgiven Gentleman, Devourer of Sins, Light Warden Extraordinaire. You might occasionally moonlight as a zombie overlord, but trust me, you're a gentleman inspector. Inspector Sin Eater. Inspector Sin Eater. You're acquainted with this, gentleman? Yes. Right then, clearly your friend has been through a lot, but still, how did he get it in his head he's a Sin Eater? Is there no way to bring him back his memories? Explosives? We're still trying to save him, right? Wicked White, we've killed him! No, no, Jimmy. It's okay. I say, Sue, I'd resign myself to Nashu's ungentle methodology. But you two, my brutish friend? But never mind that. I do not recall the world being quite so purple. Previously, I was with Nashu and Greg wandering the bizarre, shadowy realm known as the Interspectorial Rift. Oh, right, they all have the Echo too now. Where am I? Who am I? that sickening light, that aggressive posturing. I know what you are. You're one of them, ain't you? What you need to do is a good old-fashioned dwarven decking. Piece off, ghost! Run for your lives, it's a sin eater. A sin eater? I'll be damned, I saw a vision of the man's past. No wonder he became convinced he was a sin eater. I saw it too. It was quite possibly the most ridiculous memory I've ever glimpsed. Answer me, my faithful assistant. Where are we, and why is it so purple? The first? The first what? Are you telling me we've somehow traveled to an entirely different world? Good gods, to think that I've transcended the very boundaries of time and space, but were not my adoring fan Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, will return to you forthwith. I really, really, really want to keep going, but I don't have the time. We're gonna do it anyways. Well, while I've enjoyed the what time I've spent in this far-flung first that I can remember, we should be getting back to our own world soon. Would you happen to know how we might go about doing that? Restore my soul with a spirit vessel? Say no more. Your cursory description was more than enough for me to grasp the concept completely. It is not unlike brewing the perfect cup of coffee, which means the task is clear. We require the services of a skilled soul sommelier. We require the services of Beg Luke. Splendid. I see that even in this world you rub shoulders with the cream. Let us pay this Beglug a visit. I'm not sure what you're plotting to do with souls, but if you require Beglug's assistance, we can help. Aye, they've aided us time and again, and I reckon they'd do the same for your friend here. Come with us to the Cabinet of Curiosity. If you're ready, I'll call for Beglow.
Cool.
The ingenious soul Sommelier, you come highly recommended by Sue, and what an adorable little puppy you have. So what? Puppy? I beg your pardon, but there seems to be some confuse. Puppy? Who is this imbecile, Sue? I have mind to make him dig a hole so I can throw him in it. But I presume he is a friend of yours and one who is in need nonetheless. What? Another of your friends that needs to be sent back to the source? Have you forgotten how complex and difficult it was to do last time? Yet you waltz in here and ask me this favor with the air of one shopping for a new hat. His case is no different from the others, at least. He is present only in soul, as they were. We'll need another spirit vessel. Of course, you don't happen to have one on you already, do you? Trusted you by the crystal exarch, you say? Heh, if only he knew how you were using it. Fortunately, I have a porksy on hand. We've been using it to treat patients at risk of transforming into eaters, but I suppose it's due for a change of pace. There is, however, one concern. In case I didn't make it clear before, the process can place great strain upon one's soul. If he is lacking in resilience, there is a chance his will not survive. That is the very essence. That is very essence will be rent asunder. Sue knows me all too well, I assure you, my good sommelier, who is most certainly not a dog. You needn't worry for Hildebrand Hildor Maximilian Mandeville. Yes, I get the distinct impression that the gods themselves could not kill him if they tried, and they have. Come along then, Hildy. I can't be bothered to remember that name. 1,000 thanks. Simply point me to the soul siphon, and I shall hop right in. The rest of you can wait here. I promise I won't hurt him, no matter how much I might be tempted. Oh, this is too good. Too good, man. You will be pleased to know that the process was smooth and uneventful. Honestly, I was hoping for more of a challenge. All you need to do is take his spirit vessel back to the source and bring it in contact with his corporeal body. He should awaken immediately with his soul and memories intact. If there's nothing else, Venard and I should be getting back to our duties. It was a pleasure, Sue. If all too brief, I won't pretend I understood even a fraction of what happened, but I'm glad I was there for it. Till next we meet again, rest assured that the Thaler and I will be doing our damnedest to look after the people here in your absence. Get back, and not a moment too soon, we have an emergency on our hands. The Inspector's soul is in this, you say? That's great, but we have another problem now. The Inspector's body has gone missing. We went to the market to do some shopping, and when we came back, he was nowhere to be seen. I double-checked that every door was locked before we left, but there's nothing to suggest someone forced their way in. We've got a case on our hands, the case of an evaporating inspector. We must begin our investigation at once. Come, let's start looking for witnesses. Did I see when I get carried out of the house? You ask? I was too distracted by the stack taking to make any note of any comings or goings. Sorry if I couldn't be of more help. seen anyone carry out a house? No, but I did see a man carrying a particularly large sack so heavy he strained to lift it. Didn't think much of it at the time, but now that you mention it, it was a bit suspicious. There, this man says he has vital information that will help us in our investigation. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Dillian, editor-in-chief of the Thavnarian Truth, a monthly publication devoted to exploring the unexplained and otherworldly phenomena of our isle. Your companion shared with me the news of your friend's disappearance, and I happen to know precisely who is behind the incident. But I fear you may not like the answer. For the kidnapper is not of the star. They come from the heavens, from beyond the Great Expanse. They descend in curious saucer-shaped airships to study our world, our society, our buildings, or our very bodies. You shudder, no doubt, and you realize of whom I speak. It couldn't be, you protest. Oh, but it could, and it is. Your dear friend Inspector has been abducted by aliens. Oh, but he'll be fine. You're sure yourself. After all, they just want to understand us better. You poor deluded child. That they do, but to what end? What else? What might they? That they might one day take over our world. What is worse, they plot to do so with the aid of our collaborators. For the Charlians are in league with our would-be overlords, providing the aliens with vital information on our vulnerabilities in exchange for a position of power within their regime. The final days was also a work of these alien invaders, an attempt to sow chaos that our world would be easier to conquer. Blessedly, it was thwarted, if only by dumb luck, by those that did the thwarting were blissfully unaware of the true nature of the threat. I'm gonna beat you. I had hoped the setback would discourage the aliens from coming back, if not move them to abandon their ambitions, but it would seem the events have only emboldened them. If they are indeed carrying out abductions here in Rod's hand, even as a speaker friend lays prone on a sterile bed in their base on the surface of the moon, where they poke and probe him with inscrutable instruments as their flappy ears wiggle with fiendish delight. Ah, but I have said too much. I must continue my investigation in secret. The fate of our world is at stake. Oh no, that sounded awful. We have to go to the moon and save the inspector at once. At least you got the floppy ears part, right? So you don't think the inspector is somewhere getting probed by aliens, but if not them, who is probing them? They're carrying a suspiciously large sack. That sounds promising. Maybe someone could tell us more. Okay, I gotta leave.